I had to come right back. I do apologize, but then again, I ain't gonna apologize because the Spirit came and remind me, well, look, you left something out, so you need to go back on there. You need to go back on there and do it again. So this is not gonna be long at all. This is not gonna be long at all. Let's see what it's looking at. So this is not gonna be long at all. Not gonna be long at all. Oh, okay, Yadon. I thought you was deliberately trying to run up in here. Yeah, so I forgot and I left something out, and I think it's an important thing. And the important thing is this. Now, remember how in the 10th chapter, or not the 10th chapter, it was the 11th chapter. Remember how in the 11th chapter of the book of Genesis, it said that the people was of one mind. And because they was of one mind, nothing could be done that would withhold any attempt that they sought to do. In their cases, what they were attempting to do was pure wickedness, and they was attempting to build a tower together. So the people was of one language. There was of one language, and that one language put them on common ground. So the Most High said, let us go down and confound their speech, lest this thing that they're attempting to do, which was to build a tower so that the fallen angels could get back into heaven. He said, if we don't go down and confound their speech, change their languages, they would build a tower and the fallen angels would climb back into heaven and the war would be all over again. Now, the reason why the Most High says, after I destroy all of the languages, then I'm going to restore unto Israel a pure language, a pure tongue. The reason why he have to do that is because of the fact that we have been scattered into all nations, and we have learned the stammering lips and the foreign speech of all of these different nations. If the Father just destroyed our enemies and brought us all back together, we would be the equivalent of what those people was, what Nimrod's people was when the Father confounded their speech. They could not understand each other anymore. Therefore, nothing that they sought out to do was doable because they did not speak the same language. Well, we've been scattered into every place. And just like Elder Manuel Ben Eleazar said, he said there are thousands of denominations in Christianity, which there are. As a matter of fact, to make it plain, there are over 4,021 different religious institutions in the world, all of which the Israelite have been scattered into. And he have learned based on those languages. So when the Most High destroys these nations, and he will have to restore unto us a pure language so that we can all now speak on one accord to get his purpose done. If he just destroyed the nations and we came from Americas with English, and they came from, Haiti with their language, and then they came from all of Judah that was scattered in North, Central, and South America, if we all came together, but all of us are still speaking these different languages, we don't even understand each other. And even as it relates to our brothers that are over there still in the African lands that still have their native tongue, even that native tongue will be changed. And the reason why their native tongue will be changed, it'll be something miraculous that will be done to them too, is because the Most High said, no man shall teach his brother or his neighbor. And if that means that the Most High was going to restore to us, and the pure language was going to be the pure language, was going to be the language that our brothers never disconnected with, that are still speaking unto this day, that means that as we came back into the land, they would now have to assume assumed the responsibility for teaching us that native tongue. But the Most High said, ain't nobody going to teach us anything. He is going to restore to the whole house of Israel a pure language, not just those that went into foreign lands and learned foreign languages, but he is also going to restore a pure languages to the ones over there that are still speaking in the native tongue that they always spoke in. It will be a totally miraculous event. So I hope brothers and sisters can understand, based on the scripture, why we had to bring that thing out. Because if he bring us back over there into the land, and then I'm still speaking English, and then somebody else is speaking Yiddish Hebrew that they learned, somebody else is speaking the Hebrew that they done learned from the Masoretic Texas, and somebody speaking all these different dialects of Hebrew, dialects of Arabic, and all of that, we'll still be just as divided as we could possibly be. So the Most High is going to have to store us a pure language, and that, I believe, is the reason why he is going to do it. Yep. It's called Paptamento. Okay. Well, there's different dialects. But when the Most High talking about restoring to us a language that's pure, that means all of us are going to get the same language. We're going to get the same language, and we're going to be on one consent. And all of us will be able to comprehend the things of the Most High, because he will put it in our hearts and in our minds. And all of us are going to know him from the least until the greatest. And so these things, I just thought they were some good things to bring out, because, like I said once before, we want to minimize the confusion. We want to minimize the confusion. Yep, we're gonna minimize the confusion in Israel. So I just wanted to come in here and just throw that out there. It's what I forgot to say on that last thing. Why the Father's going to restore unto us a pure tongue. And I still don't believe that pure tongue he is talking about exposing us to is on the earth. Because if he said, I'm going to restore unto you a pure tongue, you have to now look at what the word pure means. Pure means undefiled. Pure means pure all the way through. Pure means holiness. Pure is something that ain't been tampered with or contaminated. Pure. It's something that is just pure. And see, we don't have no languages on the earth that's pure right now. So what the Most High is talking about restoring back to his children is something that's unlike anything that ever been done before. And that's the reason why he's going to do it. Because we can't come from all these places where we've been scattered, speaking all these different languages. We'll just be in as much confusion as we was. But he used a miraculous event of the foreign tongue and the stammering speech to raise his people up and bring us back to him and bring us to an understanding of his laws, his statutes, his commandments, and his judgments. And now that we are there, his promise next is that now that I've used those stammering lips to raise you up, now I'm going to destroy every last one of those tongues. Every last one of those tongues I'm going to destroy, and I'm going to establish the word of the Most High going to be established in the top of the mountain. It's going to be exalted above everything. He said, and because I've destroyed all of these stammering tongues and speeches of these foreign nations, and I'm restoring to you a pure speech, that we may fulfill now what he commanded us when we came out of Egypt, that is to be a kingdom of priests unto the nations. And because there is no way for them to know the Father, now they have to come to where we are, where Jacob is, and say, come now, let us go up to the mountain of the God of Jacob. And Jacob will now teach us. Jacob will teach us what? Jacob will now teach them the pure language and the laws and the statutes and the judgments that was committed to him. He said, now we will go and we will be taught by Jacob. We don't have no language. We don't have no empire. We don't have no nothing. And the Most High that manifested itself by power and might by destroying everything that we was. Now let us go up to the mountain of the Most High, the God of Jacob. And there Jacob shall teach us the Most High's ways. For the law shall go forth from Zion, and they shall walk in his paths. So, I just want to say that again, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not telling nobody that you can't go and learn no Hebrew. You can go and learn Hebrew just like you can go and learn English or go and learn French, because it will come in handy. You might find yourself in the place to where there's an interpreter needed, but that don't have anything to do with the Most High's methodology on how he said that he was going to restore and raise up Israel. So we want to be mindful of that so that we don't cause confusion, all right? Because half of these brothers and sisters out here don't know what nobody's saying. And I got some brothers out, let me tell you, I got some young kings out here that are pretty fluent with that Hebrew. But I be saying, man, look, I can't even watch the video because I can't even understand what you're saying. You know, so that's what it is. So I just wanted to come over there and thank the Most High for his spirit. And yeah, shalom, shalom. We got Elder Moniel Ben Eleazar on the line, and being given that he is one of our brothers that have been over there in Israel for, probably over 35 years. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure that he had been exposed to the different types of, the different dialects of the Hebrew language. But our elders understand what's being said. They understand. Because you know what? When our elders don't understand what's being said, when they don't disagree or something with what's being said, you can best assure that they're going to do what elders do. They're going to come on there and they're going to correct you. But given that our brothers, and we got brothers, our elders been over there in the land, they have been exposed. Some of our brothers over there, the Hebrew that's known in this world today, some of our brothers over there you know what, are so versed in Hebrew that they know that some of our brothers have produced Bibles in the totality of the Hebrew language. Elder Maniel said 43 years to be exact. So Elder Maniel, I know, I don't want people to be confused about what I'm saying as though these things are insignificant. I'm just trying to make them understand how easy it is to cause confusion when we don't operate according to the scripture. Now, I was watching one of our documentaries the other day that one of our elders over there in the land, you understand what I'm saying, that had produced the whole Bible in Hebrew and done that himself. You understand what I'm saying? You're talking about scholarship as it related to our own language. But when we start talking about the miraculous things that the Most High is going to do, he'll even restore a pure language to the brothers that are already speaking different dialects of Hebrew. Because if he didn't restore a pure language to all of Israel, then somebody would still be speaking something that's different, causing confusion. So even the ones of our brothers that are still speaking Hebrew and different dialects of Hebrew, that restoration to a pure language, it's going to blanket the whole house of Israel. So ain't nothing that nobody is speaking right now going to exist when the Most High do this miraculous thing that he going to do. He said all of us are going to get the same language, and we're going to be with one consent. That means that we're going to be in total agreement about the things that we know. So yeah. So that's what that is. Yep. So, and today is a glorious day. Today is a glorious day. Yeah, Elder Maniel, you still on there? Let me see if Elder Maniel's still on here. Yeah. See if he's still on there. Yeah. See if Elder's still on there. See if Elder's still on there. Yeah. Yeah, because, so if it is, if he's still on there, that'd be good. Yep, did everybody comprehend what's being said all right? Okay, yeah, Elder Maniel, you still on there. Well, I start trying to use that first day to do some work again. So I went back to my Christian brothers and spent time with them in church today. And as quiet as it's kept. The lesson that we just did just a second ago was born. That thing, my mind wasn't nowhere near that thing. If it was not what happened in the church today, where the Most High have now been able to take one response from a question that got asked in the Christian church today, and then open up, and now it become a benefit to the whole family of Israel. You see? So I'm mindful of one of the things that Elder Pat has said is that we need to start going to them that are in gross darkness, the lost sheep of the house of Israel that are still residing in the religious constructs. And I know what you tell me about how you used to go to the church, and you know what? It's a beautiful thing, because I'm thinking about that, and I received the same welcome and the same reception that you said that they used to give to you. Never mind early on when I started coming in the truth, they was calling me a false prophet and all of that, but that's because I was fighting against the organization without understanding. But just simply showing up there, just to see the brothers and sisters, and just to hug them, and just to love on them and fellowship, not coming to debate with nobody or to tell them that they was wrong, but just the very fact that I was there, they understood that we still have some valuable things. So when somebody had a question to ask, and it was strategic too, they singled me out and asked me the question. And I praise the Most High for that. I praise the Most High for that. But as I was answering the question, the Most High was saying, well, you know what? Just think of all your brothers and sisters in the Israelite community that have a problem with what they're doing in the Christian church. He said, you know what? It ain't no different. He said they got the same struggles. They're going through the same thing in the Israelite community that the brothers and sisters are dealing with in the Christian church. They have the same struggles. And so I'm just blessed on the day just to come back and share those things with y'all. And I know that when we get word from our elders that are on the outside looking in at the condition that we're in the Americas, they can see what's important. And so I will share with y'all what they shared with me. That, you know what? Don't worry about the camp brothers. Don't worry about the people that's coming in the truth. They're going to learn. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Go rather to them that are sitting in darkness, and try and find a way to deal with the leadership in them establishments so that you can get the truth into that place. Because we ain't got to get the people out of Christianity, out of the Christian church. All we have to do is get the truth in there. If we can get the truth in there, you understand what I'm saying? Then the rest will take care of itself. Yep, that's right. That's right, Elder. They got the same problem. Matter of fact, it's even worse. I'm reminded of this scripture that says in the 23rd chapter of Matthew, how you compass sea and land to make one proselyte. And once he is converted, he is twofold more a child of hell than he was when he started. Because many times we can get people to leave the Christian church, and then they become a part of one of these crazy organizations, and then they become twofold a child of hell. Not only are they themselves not going in, but they'll prevent anybody else that want to go in to the kingdom. So I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. Yep, some of our organizations are dealing with some of our, not all. I'm not gonna label all of our camp brothers like that, because all of our camp brothers are not like that. But we have some camp brothers that are twice as worse as some of these religious constructs. Yep. So, but it is what it is. So I just wanted to come on here and throw in that little piece of information that I forgot. And to you, Elder Manuel, I'm going to be calling you in the next day or so, all right? I even feel the need to chop it up with you, like to hear your voice. Boy, man, that brother has something to good. Hearty his laughs. Oh, man, he keep my stomach be hurting sometimes. Yep. There you go. That's right. There you go. Hey, you know what? I played that old song the other day by Curtis Mayfield. I know you'll remember it. If it's hell below, we all gonna go. He says, sisters, niggas, crackers, whiteys, Jews. Don't worry, if it's hell below, we all gonna go. See, hell had opened up his mouth wide. It don't care where you come from. It don't care what your nationality is, what your ethnicity is, what your religious title, religious background is. It don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Hell done open up his mouth wide and gonna swallow up all of those that won't hear the Most High's word. So, yep, that's right. That's right, y'all down. Won't be by might nor by power, but it's gonna be by the Most High's Ruach HaKodesh. And you go in church and say, all praises to Yahuwah. And thank you for the Ruach HaKodesh. And all praises in the name of Yahshua, Yahweh. And you know what? And your brothers and sisters gonna look at you like you crazy. Because we don't understand this scripture. You have to be able to speak to people in a language that they can comprehend. And that is why many people label us as Israelites as though we are family that have strayed away from the Most High, strayed away from the Lord. And now we have become a part of a cult and all of those things. Well, the reason why we are labeled like that is because of what we're doing. We're taking our learning and then we're putting it in the wrong place. You're trying to impress a people that don't know what you know. They don't understand. And so that stuff had to be coupled, and it have to be done like the book say that it should be done. It should be done. Because when the Israelites was on the earth, that's one of the things that made Paul's ministry so great when it came to the Gentiles, is that he spoke multiple languages. But I'd like to believe that the average of the 12 disciples only spoke Hebrew, and some of them may have spoke a little Greek. Because, but then again, I don't know. Because it was Barnabas and it was Paul that went into Antioch. Everybody couldn't speak the language. You see? Everybody could not speak the language. And so some of our Hebrew brothers probably was the same way back then. You know what I mean? You're trying to speak the Father's will in your native tongue to a people that can't understand that tongue. You know what I'm saying? So let's just be mindful of these things, because the less confusion that we cause, the better off we are. And there's nothing wrong with doing it. There's nothing wrong with learning the language. The only thing that I'm saying is that when you learn the language and when you speak the language, you bring somebody with you that can help the brothers and sisters understand what you're saying. What you're saying. So that's what that is. Okay, I'd like to say shalom to all my brothers and sisters. Y'all have a blessed day. May the Most High's Spirit rest on you. May He make His face to shine upon you. And y'all pray for me that He do likewise where me and my house is concerned. All right, Elder, I'll be hitting you in the next day or two, okay? Shalom, which means peace.